Um, yeah, recall that we have a data set here, which we did some transformation, we did some, we added, some columns to this based on the requirement we are given. This is the requirement again, just to have a look at it, that we needed to create an Excel-based dashboard this time around, to be able to solve this business case as they want to visualize, um, you know, some of the accident data to identify trends and to see patterns, maybe what other actions do they need to, take from this dashboard. So we are given some key metrics, which is the primary, the total casualties taken after the incident, and some other secondary and sub-primary KPIs as well. So we did, initially when we have the data set, we only have this accident date, and we didn't have the opportunity, this year and month was not given. Looking at the requirement, because we are meant to show the trend, which is, I think, requirement number, that should be, okay, 3.2, yeah, requirement 3.2, which is part of the secondary KPIs that we are given. So we are meant to show, the trend here, which is the based on the year and the month. So what we need to do, we're able to extract, the year using one of the function that Excel has, using the text function, and we're able to extract the year out. Same thing, we're able to extract the month as well. If I want to extract the day as well, I can change this to DD, maybe triple D, or as the case may be. And let me see. Yeah, this also work as well. Maybe I want to see maybe in 3 letters. I just want to see MON for Monday, TUE for, I can do that as well. So I just go back and put this back to my MMM, okay? And yeah, we have that. We also did some thing in here at this particular column when we try to see, okay, we want to see, uh, what do we have here, if there's any non-value of if there's any, because these are some of the things, the main part of the main primary KPI we're given to show these 3 levels. And yeah, we asked to do that. So we did some transformation by using our Control F, which is find and replace function in Excel. So what we did was we just in the the mistyped one out of this accident severity, which is fatal, and we did the cleaning that very day. Also, we have some non-value here, and we needed, okay, no, this one is okay. This is okay, but we decided, or we agreed on that very day, that maybe we can consolidate this, rather than having daylight lit on lit. So we said we are going to consolidate this into two. We either be darkness or daylight. So that's what we're going to do for this particular column, because we are asked based on the requirements, we are meant to, show some data around this particular column. And I think they also asked about the area, because we also look at this. I think this particular column is well, okay, no non-value, no blank. Maybe we could show, in terms of the location, the council where, the accident is coming from most. Yeah, so we have this number of casualties, which, eventually we can sum up, give us the total casualties, and we can filter, apply different types of filter based on the severity. Yeah, we look at this column, which is road service condition as well. So here we discuss that we are going to, consolidate it into, think about 4, that we're going to have a dry, we're going to have frost or snow or ice here. We're going to consolidate these two together as one, and we're going to have wet or damp, as part of the flood as well. Then the dry will stand alone. So here, this unknown value here, we are blank initially, and a lot of deliberations say, okay, why don't we put this as unknown rather than removing it from the entire data set? And that's exactly what we did. Yeah. Okay, moving on. I think, yeah, we also have this urban and rural. We are also asked to, show the data in terms of the people in the rural, that are affected most when it comes to this studying data or the urban. So we also need to show a single, you know, visuals to show that as well. And finally, on the vehicle type, so we talk about this one, and we could see different types of vehicle. Maybe let's see, because there are a lot of data set, a lot of different types of vehicle here. We can use, maybe let's use the unique function. I'm just going to use your unique function here, unique, and I can call up this, call up this particular column and see to see what the unique value, I have here, right? So looking at this, maybe we can now do kind of, formatting here. Let's say anything car, yeah, this will also be, we'll take this one as cars, taxi, private cars, so this is still cars, yeah. Motorcycle, we can still this one as bikes, maybe we use bike, yeah. Van, goods, I think this can be, uh, yeah, we can leave it as van, yeah, that's okay. Goods, this one too can be a van. Motorcycle, we can call it bike. So what I'm trying to do here is, we have a lot of different types of vehicle type here. So because we want to make this very clear, or maybe we can just consolidate each of those items we have here to maybe around 5 or 6 or 7 types of different types of vehicle type, which is, I think, rather than showing, oh, this is motorcycle, no, we don't want to go into that detail. We just want to show an high level, an overview, because, when it comes to the top management, they are not after all these details. They just want to see the high level, what's happening at the highest level. So that's what I'm trying to do. I use the unique function, figure out all the, different types of variables I have in this particular column, which is car, taxi. So I'm trying to put a form of maybe anything. So in case when I get to analyzing my data, I can say, oh, anywhere I see car, okay, this is car, this is going to be cars, then this will be van, and this will also gonna be the bike as well. Bus, I think we can leave bus. Yeah, this one can be bus. Goods, goods can still be van, because anything when I talk about goods, yeah, you can say, yeah, that means probably is used for, inflow and outflow of goods, or property, as the case may be. Other vehicle, maybe we can leave this other vehicle. Yeah, we'll leave it as others. We just call it others. Motorcycle as well. This can be our bike. Agricultural vehicle. I think we should leave this one. Yeah, we'll just leave it as it is. I'm gonna leave it. Oh, no. Uh, agricultural. Okay. Mini boss. Yeah, I'm still gonna tag it as boss. Pedal, circle, riding. So all these ones, I'm going to put it as others. That's what I'm going to do. So, yeah. Do we have any question or any comment regarding, what I've done here, just to bring out all the unique, variables we have in this data set, and we can combine this together. So if I count this now, I think we have cars, bike, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which
I
makes it,
Mr.
sorry?
I've got a contribution.
Okay, cool.
If you look at the goods over 3.5 tons and
Mm,
under 3.5 tons, then you now have goods 7.5 tons and over. So
mm,
I think the one of 3.5 is fine as van,
okay,
but the ones above 7.5, we can call them a lorry
okay,
or AGV or anything, maybe heavy goods vehicle or lorry or something.
okay, okay.
Because if
Yeah.
you look at them, there are two different sets, right? Three
Mm,
between 3.5, between 3.5 or under, yeah, you have that. Then you
mm,
have 3.5 and under 7.5, and you have over 7.5. So you have actually three categories, really.
Okay.
Did you get my point?
Yeah, I got your point. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so they
Got
can't all be in the same category as van.
it. Okay.
So we need to separate them into three categories. That's my thought, really. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. That's noted. So do you want to, okay, you mean that this one is okay with van, goods over 3.5 and on the 7.5. What should we call this?
Uh,
Probably we can call that truck, and then we can call the bigger one HGV, like Tolu said.
Okay.
So maybe van, truck, and HGV.
Van. Okay, so this one will be truck, I believe.
And yeah, and then the one above 7.5 could then be HGV. I think those are the massive ones.
HGV. Okay.
yeah, heavy goods vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Any other contribution or addition? Okay. Right.
You're just doing magic.
It, it's not magic. It's not magic. What we are just trying to do, because we have, if I try and apply filter here, there's a lot of things happening here. So it's not for us to be able to capture some of those things, what is here in this variable. That's why we use the unique function to bring out whatever we have, in this particular column. So what we are trying to do is like, because we are meant to show the total, accident casualties with respect to each of these vehicle. And one of the questions we are also asked to show is this vehicle type, that the one that has the highest casualties. So they want us to show it as well. So because we have different type of car, exit private hire car, we can still say this is still, part of, the car as well. Then we have van, different types of van here. We have van or goes 3.5 tons. So in order for us to just to present our data in a more high level way, that's why we are using to say, okay, let's consolidate some of those things into maybe 6 or 7 groups of vehicle type, depending on whatever. And you can see we are not going to alter the main data. We are not going to alter it. So okay, yeah. So let's go on. So the next thing maybe we're going to do now. Sorry, my Excel is okay. It's back now. Yeah. So let's try and look at this different type of accident severity. We can use our pivot table. Let's go back to our analysis sheet again. Yeah. So I'm just gonna copy this. Let me expand. So I need to expand my pivots. Okay. So we need to add severity. Where is it? Okay, this one here. Let's add it to. Hope I'm adding to the right
Sorry,
one.
Mr. Sorry for cutting in on you.
Yeah.
Could you take us back to how you got that sum of number of casualties?
Okay.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
didn't really summarize that place so that we can be on the same page with you.
Okay. All right, sir. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So I have my data already here. Recall we've transformed this particular data set into a table. And how do we know that is equal? Whenever you click on it, you will see this table design, pop up, will be activated. So if I click on this, and we've also try and rename our table appropriately using, call it database. So I now want to start creating the analysis, and what I just need to do is to come here and click, make sure that my cost of my active cell is inside this table, and I can go to the insert and insert a pivot table. So pivot table is what we are going to use, and you can see it's already saying what's the table range, because I've renamed this table appropriately, and we have it as database. That's why it's showing. And okay, maybe I want to see this particular pivot table in my analysis, and I'm gonna just going to navigate to where I want it to be. Let's say I want to put it here. and this will bring my pivot table here. So yeah, in this case, this is my own pivot table. I like to remove it, from, if you recall, it used to be somewhere around here that you will need to just be so I like to remove my own away from that ribbon here, and just to enlarge it so that I can see whatever I'm doing, and that's why my own is looking like. So in case yours is not, so you can just click on that particular and drag it away from that corner. You can be able to expand it. So what I want to calculate is the sum of casualties, which is the total, one of the primary KPI. So what I need to do now is to go to that particular column, which is number of casualties, and I can just drag this into value. And what do I want to perform is a sum. So I don't need to do any other further transformation. Say sum of number of casualties. So, and that's exactly how I got my casualties here. The total, all the cases that's happened. Yeah. So we have this, and recall that we already did a form of we've created our dashboard where we want some of those visuals we want it to be going. So we did apply some other steps last week, which by first thing we did here when we create this sheet here is we removed the grid line. Of course, we don't want the grid line. If I check the grid line, yeah, we don't want the grid line. So I uncheck it, and what we did was to fill this entire sheet here by using my Control A. I went to the fill, I fill it with this particular color here. Right. We went further and
Is it possible to quickly do this again? I know it's going to take you about 3 minutes, 4 minutes to do this. Is it possible? So that we can follow,
Okay.
Yes, please. I also like that.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna. Let's say I call this dashboard, but 2. Yeah. So now I have this sheet and I want to remove the grid line. First of all, is for me to remove the grid line. I'll go to my view, check, and everything. This is perfect for me. Yeah. I don't want to see any line because what I want to use it does not necessarily need to have a grid line. Now this is done. Then I want to format this as a form of a background. What do I need to do? I can use my Control A or this here, this arrow here, this like an anchor arrow here. Then I go to my fill. And what do I want to fill? I want to fill this with this blue gray. This is it. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, a lot of sense. Thank you.
Okay. So
what about the write-ups?
Okay. Now
the write-ups.
Sorry?
The write-ups.
The write-up.
The write-ups.
It's gonna get there. That's
okay.
Okay. Now, I want to add maybe we want to add an like a shapes here that we can put just like what we have here. We want to add a shape so that we can put our title here and we can put one of the primary KPIs here, right? So what do I need to do next is to go to my insert. What did I want to? I'm looking for a shapes. I go to insert illustrations and I want a particular shape. Let's say I want this rounded corner rectangle. In this case, now I don't want the normal rectangle. Then I can click here and I just drag, how I want this to be. Yeah, maybe I'll just minimize it so that everything we are doing will not go outside when we need to minimize. So let's say I'm going to stretch this up to V. Yeah, I'm going to stretch it here. Okay, so I can now apply formatting to these particular shapes now. Fill outline, I don't want any outline. Shape fill, maybe I want this fill color, right? Okay, let's say I want this fill color. Yeah, I can apply this fill color, and this is my, the frame for my title. So how can I add a title to this? And that's when I can use my text box. Yeah, I can use my text box. Where are you? text box. Okay, yeah. I can use my text box here. So what I need to do is I can draw my text box maybe to cover up to this. This is where I want the title to be. Now, if you look at this, that is giving it the background, which we are going to remove. So let's say I want to input the title of my dashboard, road extent analysis dashboard 2. Okay, so this is showing like this. So we need to apply further format to this shape here. You can see the moment I drew this text box, this shape format is activated. I can go in here now and say, oh, you know what? I don't want any shape fill, right? Don't give me any fill. Outline, I don't want outline as well. Remove any damn outline for me. And I can go ahead and say, okay, this is looking black. It's not coming out properly. Let me change this to maybe a white, and even I don't want, the Calibri is the default format. So maybe I want area, yeah. I want maybe a font of maybe 40 or 36 or 32 as the case may be. And I want this to be bold. I can apply my bold, and I want this to be maybe white, yeah, off-white, let's say white. This is how it's looking now. Yep. So does this make sense now? Are we still together?
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So the same thing is what we did here. Let me change this to white. I think choose white here. Right. Okay. So now we've done our heading, and we did. I'm going to demonstrate. By the time I'm bringing the order value, I will demonstrate that, how we can add value into a text box. If you look at this text, this value is reading directly from where we are conducting our analysis, which is this particular C4. This is where it's reading. So if you want to link a text box to a particular data, you cannot link it with a pivot table. So you might need to use the another reference cell, which is exactly what. So let's just go ahead and perform this other one here and see how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and break each of, because we cannot reference this directly. So let's try and break each of these ones down. So we call this one fatal severity, called fatal, because yeah, and this will be others, because we want to show this in a percent, like a was donut chart to see, okay, we want to show the percentage of fatal, and we want any other one that is not fatal should be others. So as I mentioned, referencing a value in pivot table into a text box would not, it's not going to be accepted. So rather, what I'm trying to do is I'm creating a reference. I'm going to be referencing each of this now. So let's go ahead, equals to this value here, yeah, and whatever that this one will not be equals to this plus this, right? So now, and I want to show this as a form of percentage as well. Let's say then I can perform my normal arithmetic function equals to this divided by, I can add this one plus whatever value here, yeah, and this will give me my percentage. So I can convert this into my percentage here. Let me put into 2 decimal, just one decimal like this. Same thing, convert this into percentage as well, equals to this divided by, I'm going to add this plus, the fatal severity, add everything together here, divided by that. So I'll get my percentage as well. Yeah, put it into 1 decimal places. Yeah. So I have this now. Let's now go and link this fatal here, the fatal severity. Let's go and link it into our dashboard. I'm going to hide this one. Let me hide it for now, and we'll continue with this. Now, we have this one. So let me just duplicate this total casualties here. I'll call this one. So this one will be fatal. Yeah. Okay. I'll just place this here. Then that value now, I'm going to just copy the same, or let me do it afresh. Okay. I'll just go here, text box. I'm gonna draw a text box here to reference the value. Now, again, I'm going to remove before I reference it, I'm going to remove the formatting, shape fill, no, shape outline, no. Now, so I want to bring that value here. How can I do that? So what we need to do, we need to make sure that the inside of the text box is not active. So, but rather than clicking, on the text box itself. So I'm going to go and click on the text box. You can see no longer active in the text box. So what do I need to do now? I'll go to my formula bar here. I'll then equals to, of course, I want to reference a particular cell in another sheet. So equals to, I'll navigate to my analysis, and this is the value I want to see in that place. Hit my enter. You see the value is here now. So I can go ahead further and apply, let's change we're still going to use the area. Okay, so I'm not clicking inside this. Change this to area. Maybe use font of 26, right? And I'm gonna bold this, and let's change the color to something like this, right? Okay. Let me reduce this. Right. Okay. So because we also want to show the percentage, so I'm going to go back to my analysis and convert these two values here. I'm going to convert it into a donut chart. So how do I do that? I just need to highlight the two values here, go to my insert right here. And what do I want to do? I want a donut chart, yeah, which is under the pie chart here, this particular variable. Okay. We don't need the title. I'm just going to remove this. We don't need the title. I don't need this as well. I'm just going to, let me just put it close here. And I'll just copy it. I'll copy it and take it to my dashboard. Take it to my dashboard. Is here. Okay, so I'm going to expand this a bit so that we can do, of course, because of the color, based on what we are doing, we want to be consistent with our color. So the first thing I'm going to remove from here now, I'm going to remove this fill, this fill. How do I do that? I go to my format, fill, I'll put it as no, outline, I'll put it as no. Okay. Also, if you notice, the donut itself, there is an outline. So I want to remove this outline too. So how do I remove that? So I'll need to click inside, just double click inside the donuts. And that's when you see your format data point will show here. Right. So I'll switch to the fill and line, this one here. Fill is already no fill. Let me put it as no. Okay. Sorry, I need that. I need that. The border, yeah, is the border that I want to remove. No line, which is perfect. So I can now go ahead and change this color. Let's say this is not the color I want. I will want to be consistent. Maybe we can show something like gray and a little bit of off-white so that it can match our design. So I'm just going to double click each of these donuts. You can see this, I'm selecting on the one I'm selecting now is this other color, orange color here. So let's try and change that. I'm going to change it to something. Okay, maybe this. Or maybe this is too shouty. I can go, let me use the other gray one. Maybe something like this. Now I can change this other one to this other blue here. Yeah. I just double click inside there as well. Let me change that to a bit of this. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, maybe this. Then I can change this one, this very one. I can change it to something. This. Oh, okay. So it depends on, I'm just going to start some trial and error. This is not, I won't do a proper formatting. So, but this, let's say this is what I want, or maybe I can further come back and change this. So I will just put this one, put it somewhere close here. Yeah. Put it here. I want it to show here. Okay. Now, so maybe I want to show the percentage, or maybe I want to increase this, donut itself. I want to increase it a bit. I will just double click inside. Of course, I go to this. Maybe we can put this as 70. We can reduce it so that we can have more of the donuts. Yeah, this is okay. Or maybe 60, let's say 66, or maybe, yeah, or 70. I'll just leave it at 70. And we want to put that percentage value inside this, donut here. So how can we do that? Of course, again, I'm going to use my my text box here. Let me just copy. I'll just copy this and put it here. Let's put it here. Of course, don't forget, we already have our percentage here already. This 1.7%. So we are going to use it to reference it again. I'll click here. You go to my formula bar, equals to, and I go to my analysis. I pick my percentage, right? So maybe you can do a little formatting as well. Put it here. Reduce the text and do formatting. We want the text to appear as maybe white, right? White like this. Okay, yeah. So this is, you can see, we've designed this very first element, which is the factor. So because of our time, I think we'll stop here. But I will hope that we understand the concept of what we're trying to do. So we're going to create the same thing. So this one will be serious. We are going to create the same thing for all of them, and we'll have this one serious here. We have others. So, or equally, this will also be equals to whatever we have as a serious, and this will also be other apart from serial, which is this plus slightly, and we'll have the same thing. And we're also going to replicate the same formula, and that's why we build, this second aspect of our dashboard. Yeah, so I think I'll drop the mic at this point now. If